Welcome to this video on data types and variables in Python. So in this video, we will learn about different data types available in Python and how to declare and use variables. So Python is a dynamically typed language, which means that the data types of a variable can change at any time during the execution of the program. So first, we need to know about variables. So variables in Python do not need to be declared with a specific data type, as the data type of the variable will be determined by the value assigned to it. In Python, variable name can only contain letters, numbers, and underscores and cannot start with a number. It's also a good practice to use descriptive and meaningful names for variables. So now let's look into some of the most commonly used data types. So the first one will be integer. So integers are whole numbers and they can be positive, negative, or zero. In Python, we can declare an integer using int keyword. Okay, so let's take an example of age as 89. So this is how we declare int. So this is a variable and this is the declared value, that is whole numbers. Okay, so this is an integer type. So next, let's move on to the floating point. So an example for floating point is weight, okay, is equal to 56.3. Okay, so basically the difference between int and float is that here we can use decimal points, okay, and we can use fractional values. So that's the difference between int and float. So the next type is string. So string, the best example for string is your name. Okay, so here we will assign the value for this variable, that is the string can be represented in double quotes or in single quotes. Okay, single quotes is this one. Okay, so this is how you declare string. Now let's look into one more most used, that is Boolean. Okay, values can have true value, either true or false, and they are commonly used to check the condition of the program. Let's take an example of is student. Is the person student or not? Okay, let's take true. Okay, so these are the data types which we use regularly. Okay, so there are some other data types like list. So list the for example, let's consider fruits. Okay, for example, apple. Okay, and oranges. Orange. Okay, so this is a list. So it can contain similar data types and also different data types. Okay, it will basically contain a collection of different data types or different datas. Okay, so one more type is tuple. Okay, so the best example is colors. We can also give list as colors also. Okay, so there is a difference between tuples and list. Red, black, let's give one another blue. Okay, yes. Tuple is a built-in data structure that represents a ordered collection of elements similar to a list. However, tuples are immutable, which means that the elements cannot be modified once they are created. So tuples are typically created using this parenthesis symbol uh, by separating values with commas. So you can access individual elements like red, black, or blue by using this index value. So these are called indexes. So now let's look into the indexes. So these elements are represented in a form of index. So this is at index 0, this is at index 1, this is at index 2. Okay, so the index will always start with 0, not 1. Okay, so this is the 0th element. That is, the first element has index 0, right? And the last element will have n minus 1 index. Okay, so if you want to call this apple, okay, then we will call it by using parent, okay, fruits of, sorry, of index 0. Okay. Now if you check out the so now if you check the output, it has to print apple. So if you want to get this element, then it is 0 1 2. So 2, then we will get orange. So this is how you can use this uh, list to get each input or output values. Okay, so the further there are many other operations which can be performed on fruits, like append, remove this element, adding elements, adding element in between here, and all those things are there, which I'll be talking in separate videos of list. So yeah, so this is about indexes. So hope you have understood about what indexes are. Indexes are nothing but the representation of the position of the element. Okay, so same goes for tuples also. Okay, so let's comment this and let's copy and paste it here. Okay, here it's not fruits, it's color. And now if you run, it should print blue. Okay, this is about indexes. Let's move on to the next data type, that is set. Okay, so let's consider grades. Okay, one. Okay, so there is a difference between list and grades, because here in set, the duplicate elements are merged together. So if you want, you can check it out here. Okay, I will add another element 4, okay, and print it. And you can see here, it will only display 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. So this is the use of set, and the most used another data type is dictionary. Okay, so for example, let's take person with name as John, and let's take his age as 56. Okay, and let's consider his student as false. Okay, so these were all the basic data types which I think you should be knowing. So here in dictionaries, we will be using this data. This is a collection of data, and we will be using by using this key value pairs. Okay, this is key, and this is known as values. Okay, yeah. So if you give person not get of name, okay, this name, it will print out the name. So if you want to print all the keys, then you can type keys. Okay. So as you can see here, it shows you the different keys which are there. Okay, name, age, keys, student, and all those things. Yeah, so that's it for this video. And in the next video, we'll be looking into the input and output functions and many more. So thank you for watching, and please make sure that you have subscribed to this channel so you don't miss out the next videos. So thank you for watching.